Alright, welcome to another episode of First Gen Next Gen, where we rewatch old Star Trek Next Generation episodes and try to make a connection to how we first responded to the episode and contrast it to how we respond to episodes nowadays that we're grown adults. My name is Sascha Shouties. When this episode, Code of Honor, episode 4, came out in October 1987, I was just turning 8 years old. With me, I have also Patrick.
Hello, everybody. I was still 5 when this episode came out, and I saw it for the first time. I didn't see it when it aired. I rented this as a video from the library because it was an episode that I had not seen before. There might have been 2 episodes on that video cassette. I don't remember what the other one was. I do remember watching this and kind of being astounded, like it just ain't good. Hopefully we can have some laughs about that and talk about how it makes us think, how it makes us feel.
Wonderful. And then also we have our friend, guest, Matthew.
I'm Matthew Kirchner, and I was also 5 when this episode first came out. I can't remember when I first saw it, but I just do remember when I first saw it, I was just, it wasn't necessarily the first time I'd seen Star Trek, but I was just kind of shocked at the quality of it. I'm sure it almost turned me off on the series.
It would turn a lot of people off on the series.
So usually, just to kind of wrap an envelope around this specific episode, it was actually received as possibly one of the worst episodes in Trek of all time. Not just because of production quality, but also the context, where the alien race which they contain are entirely African American and pull a lot of stereotypes from that culture, from, you would say, some XYZ dictatorship in Africa in the 80s. So a lot of stereotypes here, and most folks who critically reviewed the episode feel that it really undid a lot of the social justice issues that Star Trek tried to overcome. So here we go. We are queuing up, and we're getting
at the, I'm sure unironically, the dark side of a planet.
Oh.
And we're at about 00.1, and we shall begin. Code of Honor. See the Enterprise underneath the saucer section coming in. There's that scoop that Sascha was talking about in the other episode.
The scoop is gone. It's a smooth bottom of the ship.
It's like somebody closed the trunk on the Enterprise.
Yeah. So there's a rare vaccine the Federation needs.
We got a bridge with nobody at the... What do we call that thing in the middle of the bridge? The big wooden bar?
Security station.
Or
nobody at the security station.
Yeah. So they are...
Riker, Troy, Picard, headed down the turbo lift.
Now that door actually usually leads to his ready room office.
But in the last episode we saw the one next to it leads to his ready room.
So for some
probably
reason,
very well spoken too, Troy.
We are receiving the delegation in the cargo bay, except instead of the transporter room. So I almost want to say that if your entire species is made up of black people, you come in through the cargo bay.
Yeah. Some foreshadowing for Patrick Stewart on the ground there.
Just don't understand it. So there's the entourage. They're rolling out literally the red carpet before they beam in. I believe the main character is named Luton.
Riker's got this, what in the fuck is all this look on his face.
Okay. If you're watching along, please pay attention
Patty Cake, Vegas man.
Please pay attention to who has scars and where the scars are located, because they do move around from shot to shot.
Poor Jonathan Frakes. He's just like, we're doing this? We're doing this? Are we doing this? Come on, guys. This is a joke, right? Because it's my birthday.
So they hand out the vaccine, and Yar is about to floor a diplomat just because.
Yeah.
He has a box.
A black guy with a box approached the captain and saying, "I'm sorry, I have to look at this. The rules say." So already a diplomatic upset.
They're very shiny people, too.
Shiny, happy people. But they're not holding hands.
Bad advice from Troy saying, "Don't look weak in front of the guys."
Yeah, in front of the space Russians.
Yeah.
Can't look weak in front of the space Russians.
This vaccine sample is a gift of life, and we are honored at receiving it.
There we go. So now he says, "Thank you very much."
Do us the additional honor now of letting us entertain you. Yes, yes, please prepare.
I love the space store. It's just a gigantic packaging wrap.
Yep. Very callbacky to the original series.
All right, there's the first big scar on his cheek and a matching scar on the other guy's cheek. What were they doing where they all get the same scar on the same side?
Something tribal, I'm sure.
Oh, yes. So we are fading to the intro of planets and CGI.
Solar system.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's CGI.
They
That's
passed
not
Mars.
because they can't do a pass like that with a CGI planet yet.
They missed the Mars.
Yep.
And Neptune, and not the planet Pluto. Pluto was a planet when this came
It
out.
was.
Oh my goodness.
This is before its demotion.
We gotta get Rick and Morty on the case. Get Pluto back as a planet. See, there's the handle. Do you
Yeah.
see it?
I do.
Yep, but they covered it up.
Actually, now looking at it, it could be just a shadow spot.
Maybe.
We'd have to get a better look at the HD version or something.
I still like Patrick's ideas. That was the grip
Yeah.
for when they were moving it around.
So Space Lincoln can grab onto it.
Oh, Geordie LaForge has a as starring credit for some reason. Michael Dorn is in this episode.
Well, he was the biggest actor on the show was LeVar Burton.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah,
At the
because
time.
Reading Rainbow had been on for, I want to say, 5 years at this point.
And he was well known for his work in Roots. And
Yes.
I think he had some Broadway too under his belt. Maybe I'm missing that.
That's right. Kunta Kinte,
Hey, what's that
flying the
little
ship.
what's that little bubble on top of the ship, man?
That's the bridge.
Oh, that's the actual bridge. Okay.
What's a bridge? I thought it was in the middle of a song. Oh wow. Old Roger Rabbit joke.
Data's all. They gave me a horse.
So Data's walking in with some ceramic kitsch for Picard to give a gift to Lactan.
We present this to you from Pier 1 Imports.
We have a horsey. Nay.
So I ran a ceramic shop for several years, and I can say the worst gift you could give someone is a piece of ceramic.
Unless it's a mug.
Yeah, mugs are good. I was always a functional potter. Oh, Data correcting Picard in front
We
of
were all out of animal pelts and beads, so we give you this horse.
I know.
Here's another scar.
We do have some drunk madness infected blankets.
Yeah, there we go.
And sarongs and scarves.
So again, I'm going to call attention to the lighting where the contrast is set too high. They're using set lights rather than overhead lights. So the dark is dark and the light is light. Like there's a mystery hand there. You don't really know who it belongs to. I do have to say, I do like the accent of Luton. I can't place what actual nationality it is.
I want to know why they were just clapping, too.
They're a proud people, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
His accent reminds me of the one that Eddie Murphy had in Coming to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, he wants to see the holodeck. Bow chicka wow wow.
It's like, I don't want to be involved in this episode, please.
Riker would have been the better choice to show off the holodeck. This episode could have taken a completely different turn.
A completely different and much more inappropriate turn.
Why don't I kick your ass at Parisi Squares?
I remember watching this and being really confused about this episode. It's like, are they on another planet or did they go to Africa? I mean, being 7, I didn't really understand race relations at that time, other than there are different races and sometimes people don't get along. I was very, I guess, culturally isolated, I guess you could say, growing up in Ohio at the time, and I just thought, that's... people are people.
It's an alternate reality where George Wallace became president and all black people were expelled into space.
Wow. Ouch. So now they're in the holodeck. By the way,
Always enjoy the holodeck.
The community did a great rip on the holodeck, turning one of the rooms, Abed's rooms, into the Imaginarium.
Yes.
And lay down yellow duct tape in the room. This is one of the second times we see the demonstration of the holodeck, so the viewer still has to be educated what it's about.
This is very much like watching a Ray Harryhausen movie, where it's like, it's amazing, a man made of metal. Surely it cannot come to life.
So Tasha's doing a demonstration with an Aikido warrior, I believe is what she called him. And they are in bathrobes doing very light combat on the classic 80s blue mat.
Yep.
And I loved those from high school and middle school. They were great.
Yep, blood washes right off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is so very much dialogue from 60s, turban adventure movies, like Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
And Luton's aide got thrown to the ground and completely owned by the Aikido warrior. So
holographic Aikido warrior.
Now we know the holodeck has street cred because he kicked alien butt.
I think every time an actor walked off this set and doing this was like, where's wardrobe? I'm getting rid of this stuff as fast as I can.
There's a dumpster in the corner. Set it on fire.
Obvious they don't have any natural fibers on that planet.
They got it all from Farpoint Station.
Yeah, there you go. The fire sale.
Again, some X-Men foreshadowing with Captain Picard.
Oh yeah, with the big yellow and black X on the cargo bay. I didn't understand that one. What I want to know is, why do they have all the extra security in the cargo bay just standing at the perimeter? Oh.
We just had an onion in the ointment. Repeat, onion in the ointment.
So, the second stereotype. Everyone's freaking out because the black guys kidnapped a white woman. They can't raise the planet. They're going to try anyway.
You know what we need in this situation? Tarzan.
Tarzan? Yeah.
You committed an unfriendly act.
Yeah, that's what he said.
This is old school Picard. I mean, this is what he would say to anybody. We don't like what you did. It wasn't very nice. Please respond.
And I love how, within 30 seconds of kidnapping, they fired torpedoes at the planet.
Say, we go from, this is an unfriendly act, you're not being nice to, I'm going to basically shell your planet.
Yeah. Shot across their bow. You can see all these shots of Riker. Well, a lot of the helmsman shots. These are all pickup shots.
So
now Riker's actually in the scene.
I want to say that I do not remember seeing Michael Dorn anywhere in this episode, even though his name's in the credit. I wonder if he stepped out.
Yeah, he's all huge bucket of nope.
Because even the cast and the reviews, of course, I cheated and read Wikipedia, but apparently the cast was really against this episode too.
Pickup shot of Riker.
Nothing.
A lot of dead air, even for TV.
I've done all I could.
I believe not, sir. They seem mainly curious.
Well, cold reading.
They seem mainly curious.
I had to explain to my wife that Troy was actually an alien. She goes, but she looks human. I don't understand.
She looks
Well,
human.
she's half human.
Sounds like an idiot.
I felt something else. Something more like avarice or ambition.
Avarice. That's one of the 7 deadly sins.
Some comments? If I may, sir?
Taking input on the bridge.
Was their respect for patients. Strongly emphasized.
So Data, he's really good for moving the plot along. If you need him to explain something, he will, just to end the scene.
And the respect for patience line is a lot like something out of a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Right.
It's like, what are we going to do with these people? Well, we have to be patient. We have to, like, roll 4 times on something different. And then we can contact them. And then we roll 4 times on a different mission again.
Yep. Oh, okay, so Wesley is hiding in the turbo lift, and Dr. Crusher is walking into the office. Now, this is where I like to play the little game of bridge means penis. So, Wesley is not allowed on the bridge, and Captain Picard always talks about his bridge. So, there's a funny little joke that comes up where they talk about the bridge.
You must get the vaccine from the planet.
So, Crusher is doing the do whatever you can to get the vaccine speech.
Watch the patient die from this disease.
You're not a doctor. You don't know how it suffers.
I have seen my share of death.
Did you
Yeah.
forget that I carried your dead husband to the front door rather than the hospital than like a normal person?
Well,
Spoilers.
she was the best doctor.
She was the best doctor, huh?
Figured, if anybody could save her own husband, it'd be her.
True.
Can I speak to you about my son Wesley?
Oh, please, God, no.
We don't have time in this story arc.
Wesley messed with the ship last week. And
He seems quite knowledgeable.
he seems a lot of things, but we put that to the test and it didn't work.
So this is Captain Picard just found out that Wesley is in the turbo lift, and he's going to go out and give him a piece
Now,
of
that
his
turbo
mind.
lift could have gone to any other floor at this point by now. But no, it hasn't. Here's Wesley. Can you imagine, like, some cute girl that Wesley likes gets, calls the turbo lift. She's like, oh, hi, Wesley, what are you doing? I'm hiding from the captain.
Oh,
They
man.
wanted to see me on the bridge. I went up there with my mom, and she said don't go up there. But I did.
The whole ship dead. Sit down over there, young man.
Oh,
On the floor.
Picard just ordered Wesley onto his penis. I mean, bridge, sorry. And everybody is very uncomfortable.
Captain, we have
He's a big man now.
Yeah.
When my wife was watching this for the first time, she goes, is he wearing a burlap bag? The Wesley Crusher School of Design.
Yep.
Where did Jordy go? Just dismissed from the bridge because a kid wants to look around?
Huh.
Indians once did called counting coup.
Oh.
That is from an obscure language
Well,
known
yes.
as French.
Please, let's bring the Indians into this.
Oh, this is that great where Picard's like, yeah, French is not an obscure language.
Indeed.
So this is where they're mean to Data. It's like, Data, you're over-explaining. We don't
Indeed,
care.
really, because the captain's clearly English. Yeah.
It could be something as simple as touching an enemy with a stick in battle or taking something from him and escaping.
So this is where everybody explains to Picard what's going on because he can't figure it out. Why did we take Yar? Because we want to say that we're awesome.
Like, we clapped when he made that stupid speech. Didn't that make him feel good? Isn't that enough?
Apparently not. This is another one of those episodes where you kind of lose focus really quick on what is this all about?
Yeah.
What's going on? I remember falling asleep or getting very bored with the dialogue. I'd just be sitting in my chair as a kid, like, are they going to shoot their guns again?
Yep.
Or start a fight? Oh!
What do you want? We only asked to talk to you.
What is required is an image of Lieutenant Yar. Well, and are you with
Yes,
me?
we want to
You know,
FaceTime with
It looks like
Lieutenant Yard.
Troy's wearing a trash bag, too.
Yeah, it's kind of a loose-fitting skin suit.
code of honor. Lieutenant has done what he set out to do. Achieve recognition for
I still.
I don't
can't
think
believe
he's
she's
daring
Irish.
or bold. I think he's a coward. And I say nah to cowards.
Yeah.
Nah, Luton, nah.
Nee. Nee.
You know, we see it in the movies, but it's like Data could go down there and just take everybody out
Yep.
until they get Yar.
Yes, then we wouldn't have an episode.
Right.
So they're being very rude to Lutan after him calling and saying, I've got Yar, what are you going to do about it? So they've made an arrangement to come to dinner where Picard must ask for Yar back. And it's more pointless dialogue.
Yep.
I think I want to start eating my fist in a moment. It's so boring.
I do like the camera angle, though.
Yeah, the
Picard knows where it is, because he's pointing at where they need to aim the shot. He's doing it again.
I do like those snappy first season uniforms with the red stripe along the shoulders.
Oh,
Yeah,
hate
I guess
these
they were
uniforms.
super stinkety, though. You pretty much had to throw them away after you wore them.
They look
They'd
so.
shoot
Yeah.
several episodes at once, and they just smelled like a toilet.
Well, not only that, they look like pajamas. Everyone looks like they're wearing footed pajamas.
Well, that was actually commented when the cast and crew went back to meet, who was that writer in the 18th century? It was
Mark Twain, yeah.
Mark Twain. And it's like, well, did you get thrown out in your PJs? And they say, why, yes,
Oh
we
my
did.
god, the musical cue for this. It's like Jabba's palace on the outside.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Picard Mibuki.
I've lost count how many times we've seen that blue fountain modified
Yeah.
in the town square. So Picard and Diana have beamed down to the planet, meet the ruler and his wife, formal introductions.
And she has the stereotypical 80s ultra perm.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
she's using her soul glow.
And she looks like Cleopatra too, with the eyeliner and the eyeshadow.
I'd like to see her now. Bring Lieutenant Yar. I find it odd, Captain, that a man of your experience
So they're about to bring Lieutenant Yar out, and you can hear her struggle and resist.
should the likeness
And then they ask how she's doing. Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, she's got this guy's helper has got the genie pants on.
Ooh.
MC Hammer was watching this and planning.
He's like, yes, I made it to the 24th century.
Maybe some of this wardrobe made it over
Yeah,
to
he
living
wasn't.
color.
Yeah, he wasn't quite a thing yet. Yeah, I bet a lot of this wardrobe made it over to a living color. Actually, I think Matt's right. They all went into trash cans at the end of the episode.
Budget wardrobe for the next production.
It's like they were all like, anyway, let's watch football like normal American adults and pretend we didn't just do all these scenes together.
Yeah, they come out here. How are you? Well, you would not believe how big. I mean, fine, Captain.
She is nipping out there. I didn't even realize that. Yikes. This is low def, too.
Yeah, she is. Holy cow. Now, remember, Yar was from a planet that was a lot worse than this. They go back to her planet. Well, she talked about it in the last episode.
Yeah, she implies that basically she was sexually assaulted constantly as a preteen.
Learning how to avoid the rape gangs. And she always carried around this cat.
Yeah, I mean, learn. Not that she was able to do it, that she had to learn, which implies, if she got out at 14, that there was a lot of, really shitty shit going on.
Terrible backdrop. They don't even try.
Now, I do have to say, this is where I flip the coin with the background lighting. Here, they've got a red light on a white canvas, and it works. It's terrible, but it works.
And that's an old trick they used in the original series, was
Yeah.
what they called painting with light.
Yeah.
And,
One thing that I didn't have a chance to comment on yet, they would do a lot of these establishing shots on planets. So you would, when the team beams down to the planet, they'd show a wide shot of the city or the palace or whatever area it is. And I always liked those as a kid. It's like I wanted to go down and explore the city, something beyond these one-room sets where the planet action takes place.
No, his castle is cool looking. I mean, it looks like he's trying to compensate for something, but it's cool.
Yeah. Small bank account?
Yeah.
There we go.
Life-giving vaccine.
So his scar is gone now on his cheek.
You know, it just occurred to me, they're talking about how this is desperately needed to treat an ailing population,
Yeah.
but you don't treat a disease with a vaccine. You prevent disease with a vaccine.
Yeah. That's right.
It's.
They're really very concerned about making sure Lutan and all of his men's nipples stay covered all the time.
Really?
Yeah, look at...
No nipples.
Yeah.
Only Tasha's allowed to have nipples in this episode.
Uh-oh. So, important plot development. After a lot of boring talk, Lutana said, you know what? I'm not giving Yar back. I am going to keep her as my wife. And the Lutan's existing wife says, no way, this is a classic Star Trek battle to the death. So, cue the music. Da 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 da.
Now, all because the guy wants some cream in his coffee.
And,
ouch.
yeah, his wife really looked like she'd just gotten out of the shower, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's always glistening in this episode.
They did an establishing shot on the bridge where Riker did a supplemental log entry, and now they're back on the planet.
Limbering up here.
And why we can't just grab her and leave is my biggest thing with this episode.
They need the vaccine, and they want to do it right, by George. They can't just steal it.
Like the idea that the Lutonians basically perpetrated a genocide on the people that made the vaccine, and Starfleet said, okay, but make sure the factories where they make that vaccine are still there.
Ah.
So if they mess with the Lutonians in the same way, they get called hypocrites.
Wow.
Troy, I'm your friend and you tricked me. Only so you think about it. Completely and clearly.
Troy, why did you
She's
make
just
her
more
feel
pissed
like
off
a
that she
woman?
got tricked by Troy of all
Yeah.
people.
So Yar said, well, it's kind of flattering that this guy liked me, but then he kidnapped me. So she doesn't like admitting that. Oh, Beverly is back on the bridge for some reason. I bet you she's going to remind him of the importance of the vaccine.
Showing infection rates.
Did I call it or what? Looking at infection
Yeah,
rates from Starbase.
the whole thing is it's like, in space in general, they would never be able, I don't care 300 years in the future, this timetables like this are impossible. It's like we have... It would be like now, if it was like, okay, the space shuttle has to go to the moon and get some guy's tie that he left up there to wear to, a banquet in 3 hours. It's like... They haven't even gotten the shuttle prepped yet.
I do have to say they're back on the planet now, still talking to Yar about the battle. And what I see in the background is all the things that they fill the set with. So we kind of joked around that IKEA is still in business. They're doing pretty well. But they do some really nice creative work by just taking a whole bunch of PVC pipes and gluing them together, then shaving them down and having these really nice honeycomb-looking lamps.
And that's kind of what I liked about the new Star Trek movies. In the Abrams movies, in the engineering section, it looks a lot more industrial. Mm-hmm. It's not just a room with a cylinder in it. It actually looks like shit could go wrong.
Oh my god, a giant gong.
Flick it.
Like,
You're there. No one's looking.
I bet somebody's going to hit that with a giant mallet, and he's not going to be wearing a shirt when he does it.
It's got that from the same place they got that ceramic horsey.
So Picard is now here with Lutin and his aide, and they're going to have some locker room talk about how hot the women are. You don't understand how hard it is to be me. 2 women want to kill each other to have sex with me. I'm just a victim.
I used to read the James Bond novels of ancient Earth. In one of them, From Russia with Love, 2 gypsies fought for James's love.
Ah.
It was quite sexy. He's like, yeah, that's going to be fun.
Like saying, like to watch for the other guy.
Oh, something has been revealed, but we're not sure what.
To understand the proper value of women. We understand that
The proper value of women,
That's some more James Bond stuff.
according to these gentlemen, is that they own land and property, but the men control the destiny of such assets. So now it's been revealed. It's a power play, so Lutan can get the land and money from his wife and have a sexy blonde, too, for a new wife. And for some reason, Picard is toasting to this, and I'm very uncomfortable about that concept.
Yeah.
Or it's, I see
You know, they
adversary.
could have done this episode as the first Ferengi episode with only a couple of minor tweaks and changes.
This scene here, Geordi shaving, Data commenting. I've seen at least 3 versions of this bit done at Voyager, later again in the same series, and one in Enterprise as well. Where shaving is just easier when you do it manually than using the automated device that we made for you.
Well, that's what he's using. He's using basically a
Oh,
futuristic electric razor, and Data's like, isn't that dangerous? No, it's not. It's an electric razor. I could run it over my tongue and it wouldn't hurt.
check this out. Geordi's blind, right?
Yeah.
They're having a dialogue. Data's telling a joke. Geordi runs away and stops. If he's blind, how can he stop and get out of the way of Data when he cuts him off in the room?
Because we heard his footsteps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're walking in the dark, you can still kind of sense where things are.
Oh,
Especially, Geordi is in his own quarters, and he can tell where stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with a best friend whose dad was blind.
Oh, okay.
So there were a lot of, procedural questions like that got answered real quick.
Some minor character building there. I always thought these two were really well paired for each other, Geordi and Data.
Well, yes, Data's the perfect straight man.
So they've both been called for away team duty. So bring your toilet paper.
Yeah, because in theory, it's not always you wouldn't normally
Oh
send
yeah,
senior
I
staff.
see the blue fountain you're talking about now, Sasha.
Yeah.
And pillars.
And they play with the design. So I vividly remember this shot as a kid, seeing the wall of weapons, and you called your 2 experts to analyze the weapons, and I thought that was just the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You could just call 2 dudes and say, tell me how bad it is.
Again, they could be like, I choose Data as the weapon. You just be like, whack, whack, whack.
Right? Huh. Well,
Well,
in the last episode, Data was the weapon with the
Yeah.
You see, of all the crew members there, Data would be the logical person to fight for her honor or her possession.
Yeah. Well,
he can defy physics and do stuff like grabbing people and throwing them straight up in the air.
And, poisons and other things aren't going to work on him.
Yeah.
He's fully functional.
You couldn't gas him or anything like that, Probably well
wear
insulated against electric shock.
Yeah, you can wear a suit with a giant electromagnet and kind of mess with him. Actually, that would be cool to see. I mean,
I choose this refrigerator magnet.
one of the big things, and I hope this actually comes to fruition, is with Star Wars being able to bring back Grand Moff Tarkin and the Marvel movies being able to do teenage Robert Downey Jr., we could have a Data that looks exactly the same as this, who is just a CGI Data, voiced by Brent Spiner.
Wow. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Production value, though, would be through the roof.
Yeah.
But that would be a fun thing to see.
And
Oh, there's a very
line
famous line
from the Captain Jean-Luc Picard song.
that you're the captain. You're the captain, sir. You're entitled.
Yeah.
So again, this is also cool. They're setting up in the op station where they're monitoring where the people are in a building, and they're going to beam them out when they need to. So really, this is before GPS. So for me, when watching this, I thought, this is amazing. They know exactly where everybody is.
Yeah.
But I see no point to it. You've accepted the challenge and there's nothing further to say.
So we're back on the planet, and Yar and the wife, I can never remember her name.
Yeah, Mrs. Luton.
Mrs. Luton, are squaring up for battle.
Rare. We have a tradition of making ourselves capable of it.
Mrs. Luton just says, you don't know me, and we're gonna fight because you're a woman, so you must love Luton. And
Urena.
Urena, that's
not Uretha?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Urena Franklin.
So Yar says she fights for the vaccine, and I'm a little unsure of this. So if Yar wins, she becomes the wife, and they still get the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
That's what the implied deal is.
If Yar dies, then what? Do they not get the vaccine?
Yeah, this is a little bit of...
They never really cleared that one up.
This has a little bit of a mock time in it, where Spock's wife planned this whole battle, and no matter what happened, she won.
Spock had a wife?
Yeah.
They had a fiance.
Wow. I'm out of touch.
She met a guy she liked more.
Well, I do have to say, back in the day, I hated the original series Star Trek. Mm-hmm. I thought the production value was low. I didn't like the cowboy space western business. I was all about the technology, the technobabble, and of course the special effects. And I always kind of kept a candle in the window that Next Gen would finally up their production budget, but they never quite did it.
Well, they slowly got better at productions over the seasons.
So this episode just has endless pointless dialogue. So we keep on seeing establishing scenes talking about the next meeting.
Well, it's funny because I was so used to stuff like this. The first time I saw the original Star Wars, and I was 12 when I saw that, it bugged me because they didn't talk enough in Star Wars, I felt like.
You
it was too actiony.
It was conversation through action rather than justification of action. So we just paused to listen to Commander Riker is saying, hey, the battle arena is almost ready to set up. You should all look out the window and watch Mrs. Lutan practice killing people. Oh my god, shoes.
It's the Red Box Party.
Let's get some shoes. So the aides have brought in 4 or 5 red boxes full of weapons for Yar to choose.
She can choose either 1, 2, or 3,
I'm glad.
or accept the offer from the banker.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, pick the box, the box, the box!
Whoa, it's a mace with a hook on it. See,
she didn't...
There we go.
It was weird. That was a bizarre cut, because she looked like she dropped it, and then she was holding it in the next cut.
Yep. Oh, they all walk to the window. Mrs. Luton is out there making grunting noises. Stripper poles! Yeah. So this is kind of like a jungle gym for strippers. You have a square platform. That's a great shot, by the way.
A line to extend into infinity.
Yep. They accidentally grazed one of the nacelles on the Enterprise. Yeah. That would have been funny. Picard looks concerned, like, oh, wow, this is
not
real.
end well.
It's a fight to the death.
We need Wonder Woman.
Oh, Riker.
Oh, we've gone away from the planet. They can't quite do it so that it looks like they're going in a elliptical orbit around the thing. It just looks like they're driving past
There's
it.
Wesley not stepping on the bridge. Hey, you got to go on the bridge. All right.
That's only because the captain's gone. Like, see, Wesley, you don't have to seize control of the Enterprise.
So this transporter chief, who does not talk and we can't see his face, is actually in the credits as the transporter chief. So I feel really sorry for Colm.
Yeah, well, he was in the first episode, and I don't think you see him again for the whole first season.
Yeah. So again, more dialogue of, are they going to fight?
This would be one where Data would be super confused as a machine if somebody asked him, did the person you said that to understand? If they didn't specifically say to him that they understood.
Well, that character takes everything so literally.
Yeah,
too.
that's what I mean, yeah. Did he understand? It's like, I don't know. I could call and ask them.
Well, so they are in the arena for battle. She's got her Muhammad Ali vest on. Looks pretty cool.
And her tribal entrance music.
Her Nick and Nora pajamas.
I do have to say that is a cool-looking bodysuit that Mrs. Luton is wearing there. She could go to battle in that. It actually does it quite well. One thing that's neat is that everyone in the audience had these chopsticks, and they're hitting them together, making sounds. And we only see sticks like that used in one other alien culture. If you fast forward to, I think it's called The Game in Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Where
Alamarine.
Yeah, Calamarine?
Alamarine.
And these sticks are used for barter and implied for many other things, too.
Calamarine's not the name of the game.
That's what you call out when you play it.
That's what you call it when you play it. It's like Shahula or something.
Yeah.
So, when I was watching this the other day, my wife and I were thinking, why can't you just take off the weapon and just throw it at them?
Oh, well.
Wow.
Oh, weapon was thrown.
Here, give it back and then just die.
Yep. Oh, you got grape jelly on your stomach. And he's dead, but the grape jelly is gone.
But he was able to hand the glove
I'm sure there are
back.
a million shippers there that are like, the guy that caught him was his husband. First gay couple in Star Trek. Yeah, put that back on!
They're back to hack and slash.
I love that Yara's got her headband on, too.
Well, you gotta keep the 80s hair out of the way. If it was a fight to the death and I was worried about my hair, I'd just shave it.
Yep.
Up.
Got you! Oh, no.
Picard's like, she was doing all these crazy flips and whoops last night, and now it's not that exciting. It's like, I don't know what Luton's so happy about.
There's way too much
now I
groaning
do.
going
Yeah,
on.
I don't know what he's so excited about. It's like, yeah, now I do. I could provide you with an audio recording of the battle with a nice bass sound.
Oh, got her in the back. So, Lutan's wife is dying on the floor. Yar jumps on top of her, and they beam them out to a haunted sex chamber. No, I mean... Did I say that? I meant to the Enterprise.
Yeah, so now suddenly they can beam people up.
Yeah.
Super intrigued, Riker. We have a haunted sex chamber here? We have a regular sex chamber
Those
here?
are holograms! So they are working on... Dr. Crusher is working on Lutan's wife, trying to revive her. Yar looks really frustrated about the whole thing.
You need an Iron Man like twist where the mother of the guy who got hit with the gauntlet during the fight shows up. It's like, why in the world did you not save my son?
Yeah.
Like he was completely innocent in the whole thing. He's just playing his sticks.
So in the meantime, Picard is negotiating for the vaccine because Lutan's wife is dead. He thinks he's going to get Yar. Everything's good. Beam the vaccine.
Agreement, Captain. Can we now beam the vaccine aboard? Oh, yes, of course.
There we go. Transaction complete.
Send down a medical team.
See, now this whole episode's about honoring the Prime Directive, right?
Yeah.
They said, well, we can't beam them out, we can't attack because we have to honor the custom of the Prime Directive. But now that they got the vaccine, they seemingly are free to do whatever they want. So they kidnap the leader, and they are about to introduce to him his once-thought dead wife.
Yeah.
Which, that can't be the Prime Directive. They
No.
should have let her die.
No, it's like, yeah, praise be, she has risen. Your religion is a joke. Goodbye!
So, I mean, 80s Prime Directive is so full of itself.
Yep.
There was no dead combat. You violated our agreement.
Oh, he's pissed.
No treaty. No vaccine.
Now, if this was the Twilight Zone, he'd just slam his hand down on the gauntlet. And they're like, oh no, we didn't plan to revive him.
I am a physician and saw her die. test it on yourself.
Oh, that's why it's there. Poka, poka, poka. Oh, God, no.
You're like, oh my God, I wasn't serious.
Yeah.
All I have is a tricorder with me.
This is witchcraft, Yarina.
I went to the other side, and we were laughed at by our ancestors.
Yarina.
Laughed at.
So, by the way, we're in the observation lounge in this scene where Lieutenant and Yarina are doing this conversation, and she realized that her husband's a total jerk, and now she's going to give all her wealth and land to the husband's aide,
Who is neither named Ubu or Jambi, but looks like a character who should be named.
Ouch. And Lieutenant's looking pretty sad. Very
Like,
upset.
I'm going to become a Legion of Superheroes villain. Show them what's what. Well, they have to wait 600 years.
No, I'm good. So Yar was just offered Lieutenant as a pity marriage, and she's like, there'd be complications.
Yeah.
So, the observation deck, I wish they kept all these little...
Oh, I know,
Battleship
all the old
Enterprises.
models of the Enterprises. It's so cool.
I wish they kind of gone into that in the show.
Yeah, that when he becomes more kid-friendly, that he walks some kids through there and showed them what the other Enterprises look like.
Yep, that's right. And then I think around the third season, just about the time of Best of Both Worlds, that went away and just had a very generic battleship gray bulkhead to it.
No, those ships were always there. I
Yeah,
would
they're
say.
always there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He even put them on the bridge of in the meeting room of the Enterprise E.
Well, it was a different style one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same concept.
why is Wesley still at the controls? Oh, we forgot to relieve him.
Like, where the hell did he come from?
And he's wearing a burlap bag.
Yeah, isn't he wearing different clothes than he was?
Yes.
So he's been up here long enough where he could presumably work all day, go shower and change, and then just decide to wander
he
back
left
up on
and-
the bridge.
Yeah, he left and came back. We saw that.
Or he was using the captain's ready room. Oh, where are they
Like
going?
I fed your fish. What did you feed it? Oh my God! Oh my God!
So, somehow, and I don't know how or why, the episode is over. So I guess there was a fight to the death, and they got the vaccine,
Yep,
but...
there he is, Michael Ryder as transporter chief.
Boy, oh boy. Just this episode really didn't go anywhere fast.
No, it felt like 3 hours, and I hope it didn't feel like that to you.
Well, thank you everybody for participating in a very interesting episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
We'll have an email address pretty soon if you want to write to us, and we'll read the responses to whatever you say to us on the air, the shows. So,
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay, so this ends episode 4, Code of Honor of First Gen, Next Gen. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like to contact us, you can find us on Facebook, Next Generation's First Generation Podcast. On iTunes, you can find us at Next Generation's First Generation, and our email address is nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com. Again, that's nextgenfirstgenpod@gmail.com.